Here we have the code for the small stepper motor. There will be many parts of the code that are familiar to you. In void setup, notice that we have 4 different digital pins set to output. This particular motor driver requires 4 pins. Which pins you choose doesn't matter, but they do need to be in sequence. So if you want to change them here, make sure you keep them in sequence. When you go to void loop, you'll see that void loop is very short. That's because we have created 2 subroutines, one for the clockwise rotation of the motor and a different one for the counterclockwise rotation. If you go down here, you'll see void counterclockwise, which is the subroutine for the counterclockwise movement. You'll also see that there's a for loop. You have done for loops before. In the for loop, you'll notice that certain pins are set high and other pins are set low in a particular sequence. The pattern does matter. Within the stepper motor, there are little coils of wire which are electromagnets. As the pins are set high or low, the magnets will allow the motor inside to turn. If you don't have the sequence correct, these motors will not turn. Right here you have the abbreviation for steps. The steps have already been defined as 512, but you can change this to something else. It's an arbitrary number. So if you increase the number of steps, the motor will turn more. If you decrease the number of steps, it will turn less. We also define time up here. The time is how long it waits before it goes on each step. If you increase the time, the motor will turn slower. If you decrease the time, it will turn faster. Under the void counterclockwise, we also have the void clockwise subroutine. It's a different pattern, so just make sure you keep the pattern correct if you want your motor to turn.